Evelyn Pepler, you're the chairperson of the South African Boat-Based Whale Watching Association. There are 23 identified whale watching regions in South Africa, but not that many permits. How many permits are there, and how many of those are in small towns?
At the moment, I believe there are 19 in operation. SABBWWA members are 17, and the majority of those are in small towns, with the exception of Cape Town, Durban and Port Elizabeth.
And the interesting thing is there's only one operator in each of those.
Yes, it appears to be.
So whale watching is really an important thing for small town economies.
Absolutely. I think that it's the lifeblood of many small towns in terms of its attractions offering. And I think after a good attraction comes everything else, the accommodation and the restaurants and a couple of other things to do. But there has to be a big pull in a small town, and the existence of places like Hermanus and Clanby, Knysna, Plettenberg Bay, I think there's a huge value there for the fact that they've got whale watching operations.
Interesting that the whales are quite cooperative in that they appear in December. I mean, in summer. Let me try that again.
Yeah.
In winter and not in December.
Yeah, I think it's fabulous. But actually, we actually have whales, a really long whale season. If you really look at when we start seeing them and when we stop seeing them, there's actually a very nice long stretch of whales throughout the year, especially for us.
Yeah, very nice. You're sitting in front of your sailing charter boat here, Socio-economic, Springtide Sailing. Just a brief overview of your own business.
Well, Springtide Charters is the one side, and then there's Ocean Odyssey. So the sailing charters, obviously we offer sailing charters, and it's about a leisure sailing activity. And Ocean Odyssey is purely about whale and dolphin encounters and our eco trips and showcasing our dynamic and beautiful coastline.
But you were telling me earlier that you support 5 researchers or 5 research projects through Ocean Odyssey. Is research a big thing in the boat-based whale watching industry?
Absolutely. I don't think that there's many operators that don't in some way do and support research. Everybody, in terms of their permit conditions, has to submit their observations, which obviously goes to DEA for their research. And we'd love to be able to access it at some point, but that's a whole other story. In terms of other research and students, we support various studies being done, and for instance the NMMU students that we've been supporting through their research on their PhDs and master's studies, respectively humpback and bottlenose dolphins, and a few others that have recently come to us for assistance, and we definitely will be assisting them.
Thanks. Finally, do you have the SABBWWA address, the URL?
Wow, www.SABBWWA. It's SABBWWA.
Yes. Evelyn, thank you very much.
How do you spell that one out?
SABBWWA.